Hi everybody! Okay, so this is day 2 of my 30 Days to Happiness challenge. And well, it's the recap to day 2. Today is actually day 3. But I decided to add music to this video because why not? Music is happy. So I'm going to recap everything that happened yesterday. And I know I said I would have a museum vlog, but I ended up not going to the museum. Instead, I went to Fright Fest with my best friend. And that's not really a place I can vlog at because I'm constantly going on roller coasters. So, okay, let's go right in. So I'm going to start at the back and go to the front. Okay, so, well, before I get into the journal stuff, I'll talk about, kind of not so good thing, the food and water challenge. Okay, so, like I said at the beginning of this whole series, the food and water challenge are kind of going to be the hardest for me. And so yesterday I actually didn't complete the water challenge. Instead of 4 bottles, I got around like 2.5-ish. I wasn't really keeping track. But I know I didn't get 4, so that was kind of upsetting. But I did get the food challenge. I got 3 meals, 3 snacks, and they were well-rounded meals. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw my lunch, and that was pretty well-rounded, even though it looked like it was for a 2nd grader. But that made me really happy. So I'll start with the things that are actually in my journal for day 2. I'll start with the exercising things. I did 10 tricep dips, 25 lunges, 50 squats, 4 push-ups, 10 burpees, arm exercises, which are like a combination of tricep dips, push-ups, and mountain climbers, 25 crunches. I held my splits for 1 minute and 10 seconds. I have my right splits, I'm almost to my left splits, and I'm very close to my middle splits. And then I did 17 minutes of yoga. Now I'm going to move on to the Bible stuff. I read Genesis 2, Matthew 2, Ezra 2, and Acts 2, and I'll sum up those. Genesis 2 was the creation of men and women. Matthew 2 was the story of how King Herod wanted all of the baby boys killed in Bethlehem in the search for Jesus because he was jealous that he was the king and he was just a baby. Ezra 2 was about these thousands of people who were exiled from Israel and like kind of coming back. I didn't really get that. Like I said, I don't really understand Ezra that much. I'll probably reread it once I'm done with the whole Bible. And then Acts 2 was this really cool story about how all these people from all over were congregated together for something, and they were all speaking in different languages, but then the Holy Spirit came, and He made it possible that all of the people, even though they were speaking different languages and kept speaking their different languages, they all understood each other. And I thought that was so amazing, but everybody thought that they were just drunk, and Peter explained to them that it was the Holy Spirit and that they weren't just drunk. And I do have a couple verses about that, so let me find them. Okay, so I did find the verses. The first one is Genesis 2:6, and this was just something I found really, really cool. And it was talking about how there wasn't rain, but it says, instead, springs came up from the ground and watered all the land. So there was no rain and just water bursted out of the ground and watered everything, and I think that's really cool. And then the other thing I highlighted, I just thought it was kind of funny, and it was Acts 2:15, and it was Peter trying to explain that it was the Holy Spirit causing the languages to be heard, and it says, "These men are not drunk as you think. It is only 9 o'clock in the morning." I just thought that was really funny. Okay. So let's move on to my drawing. I was supposed to draw my favorite animal, and I couldn't really think of one, so I was like, why not be a nerd? And so I drew a Luma from Super Mario Brothers. I mean, Galaxy, which is my favorite video game. And so that was, yeah. And then my affirmation is, I wrote it at the top, I can do anything I set my mind to. Just so you know, I'm calling this last page on my thing Affirmation Creation Summarization. I don't know if I mentioned that in the first video, but I think that's just a cute name for this last page. Okay, the next thing I did was the letter to myself as a child, and I will read it. Dear baby me, life is hard. Not gonna lie, it is. But it's also very beautiful and amazing. You will endure many hardships, but along the way, you will learn so much. You're 14 now, so you're not even close to being done learning, but there are some key things you need to remember. Actions speak louder than words. Your sense of blatant right and wrong will help and hurt you in so many ways. Middle school boys, don't expect anything from them. And nothing lasts forever. Nothing. I honestly wish this letter could be delivered to you. Just knowing those 5 things would have helped you so much growing up. Then again, you don't need help. You're fine now, so be proud you made it this far without any supernatural assistance. I know you're too small to comprehend most of this, but always remember, you are never alone. You are always loved. Period. Love, 14-year-old you. Ooh, that's cool how that ended with the song. So that was the letter I wrote, and I thought it was kind of sweet and sentimental in a way. There you go. So this next thing, and actually the last thing, is my gratitude journal of the day. And here's the quote. Like I said yesterday, the quote was a haul. Okay. Both abundance and lack of abundance exist simultaneously in our lives as parallel realities. It is always our conscious choice which secret garden we will tend. When we choose not to focus on what's missing from our lives and be grateful for the abundance that's present, love, health, family, friends, work, the joys of nature, and personal pursuits that bring us pleasure, the wasteland of illusion falls away and we experience heaven on earth. Sarah Van Brethnock. That's how you say her last name. Okay, and there were 2 writing prompts for yesterday, which I thought were really cool. The first one is, think of someone in your life who is an optimist. How do they make you feel? Disclaimer, not real names. Okay. My 3 good friends, Nicole, Lee, and Daisy, are extremely optimistic, but not in an annoying way. They were part of my inspiration for this 30 days of happiness. And then the second prompt, and I really liked this one because I just picked a song that was this length of time and wrote everything about it. Set a timer for 5 minutes and write everything you're grateful for. No negatives. So I put on a 5-minute song, and this is what I wrote down. Food, water, shelter, God, family, friends, inspiration, YouTube, Instagram, Ben & Jerry's, love, my school, my theater, the one I mentioned last video, my little brother, my best friend Tori, Nicole, Lee, Daisy, Melody, Alex, Ricky, Abby, Joseph, everyone, my mom for being fab, singing, Six Flags, dance, sleepovers, cars, traveling, Disney, sparkles, makeup, iPhones, supporters, Spanish, because I love foreign languages, and strength. Not like physical strength. Getting guns! I mean like emotional strength. So that is everything I did yesterday, and I am very proud of myself. I am making great progress so far. I can do anything I set my mind to, and I'm getting better every day. Sneak peek for tomorrow. But I would just like to say thank you for everybody who's been watching these so far, because I've been getting so many people coming up to me at school and saying that I've inspired them, and I've been getting all these texts from people who don't really even talk to me, and that just makes me so happy knowing I inspired people. But also, I know that this could reach out to more than people who know me personally. So if you could like, share, subscribe, and emphasis on the share, just put the link in your Instagram bio to my channel, or share my video or channel on Instagram, Facebook, Google+, Twitter, anything. I would be so grateful. That isn't just a popularity thing, but it raises me up so much whenever I learn that my videos have made an impact. It really does. I'll see you tomorrow with my day 3 recap.